Oh, hello, guys. Wait for a few more people to come in. So today, going to end up getting some wood burning onto the treasure box. And putting this here on. Logo for the Gibby 400 slash 4000. Over there. Anybody know who all that is? Hmm? It's a mirror, don't it? Oh, yeah. And we got this person here. Who could this be? Hmm. I don't trust that red-headed step at all. You can. I can. So this here's the treasure box that I'm going to be putting on it. And right here, this here is called the wood burner. It's the pen. Name of it is Weller. There are many of them out there, and we're pretty good. The thing you do gotta watch is once you got that plugged in and it gets heated up, that right there, very very hot. And there's different tips that you can screw on, and take off, and put other tips on there to make your projects more better. I like to use this one, what I got on. It's pretty cool. So, if we can wait for some more people to come on. Eh, it takes a little bit to get used to. I mean, sometimes if you're like me a little bit, I like, even when I'm riding, I'll have that little, I don't know, that little stubble. And like, I pause a little bit. Well, if with one of them, you pause a little bit, uh, you burned it too long and then you ruined your project. So, let's see here. Let's open up this treasure box here. Hey, would you like to come on? So, let me know. I'll bring you in. One strike? You got a strike already? I can get this here on here. I got some steady hands. Thing is barely going to fit on there. Whew. right. So you come in here. There you go. Ah, I see. See if I can get this here rolling. Oh yeah, I did a little stream thing up here. You can click that there and come in if you want, Rip. Sometimes you gotta have a steady hand for this. Sometimes I don't even have it. You may not be able to see it all too well right there on it right now. But once I get it going, gotta show up.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Oh, there's a thing I'm putting on there. This one right here for right now.
You could probably click a button and make me smaller so people could see what you're doing. There's probably a bunch of choices to make you bigger and me smaller in the settings menu. That's one of the choices. That's the one that everybody uses. Uh, but it actually made us both smaller. Well, no, it's a full screen of you, but it's yeah. I wish there was a way to just get rid of me and just show what you're doing. That's awesome. That's exactly it. That's the winner.
That's the one right there, right?
Yeah. And if anybody is in the chat and they do hear echo, please let us know. because I don't have my headphones on. I have to go downstairs and put my laundry in the dryer before I go to bed. I just remembered that. So that's where my headphones are.
To fill in these little dry spots here.
So right now you're, oh, I just see your finger. There you are. Okay.
Yeah, I
Oh,
just what I did is done trace over right here onto the treasure box.
I didn't know that would work that way. Is that a magic marker? Is that why it transferred,
Uh,
or a special
no, it
marker?
did. This right here is like a tracing pad, and
Uh-huh.
what you do with the pencil, you do it on that one side, you flip it over, and you trace
Uh,
over the back. Get your lead on the back part. That way, the lead can transfer over to the project that you're doing.
oh, that's awesome. Well, seeing that you're doing this, it's good that we don't have the feathers in there, because that would have been a real pain in the butt. It was a pain in the butt on the machine. It would have been a pain in the butt with the pen.
So it's didn't quite go on there exactly just the way I wanted it just yet, but I'll get it. Freehand it here right now. So how was your day?
Very relaxing, because I showed up late for work and got sent home. But I woke up at 2 a.m. and messed around so much that I was late for work at 3:50, an hour and 50 minutes later. It's only a 20-minute drive now at best. Yeah, I really messed up. And then, I did a live stream today on the new channel.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was almost 2 hours long.
Missed it. I
Yeah.
missed it.
Well, yeah, it was, I purposely dropped some BADINTEL.
Ah,
It had to do with a huge amount of ammo that was sitting in a federal
yeah.
building that's friendly to the uh, what, I don't know what's how to, the beans like marshmallows club. The first letter from each of that. Beans like marshmallows. One of the one not one of the there's so many of them, but one of the government agencies that's friendly with them was stockpiling um, uh, hollow points.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, and
Dang.
and they're gone. All like 3 or 4 skids of them are gone, and it turns out that before they were taken, not only did they insert bullets with tracking devices in each case, but they switched out half the bullets in each case or more with bullets full of sand, which will jack up guns like AR-15s if you're protesting with them.
Yeah.
Because of that lady from the Beans Like Marshmallows Club came out last night and said that if so and so doesn't get convicted, that the Beans Like Marshmallows Club is going to burn down cities. She guaranteed it.
Wow.
So hopefully she figures out she's going to be doing it with hollow points full of sand that will jam their guns, so they can get real confident for the first couple shots. But it
Yeah.
sounds to me like 4 skids of hollow points are garbage. I sure wouldn't want to put those in my weapon.
No,
No.
definitely not.
So it was a critical point, and I thought it was important to lower the confidence of that club before they went and did something stupid. That if history repeats itself, nobody will do anything about.
Most definitely.
So that's what I did. I don't know how I got 2 hours out of it. Oh, you know what I did? I pulled a sale, and I just read all the comments that I get my hands on. What I had to do to get the computer is I got the signal to the computer off the phone, turned on YouTube, went to the comments page, opened up a couple comments pages. Then I disconnected the hotspot. Then I went live. So the computer just had all the stuff saved on the screen with no signal. So I was able to finally read people's comments. And you know, when the videos are the content that they are, it's really useful to hear the comments. I mean, it's nice to hear Sal read people's comments, and sometimes it's useful, but there's so many people that know so much more than me that should have channels that don't.
Yeah.
As far as this dumb stuff goes.
I agree. Even same for me in the silver community. And
yeah, I need to get back into that, and that is one of the reasons why I'm spreading. Besides the fact that I'm averaging a channel loss every 30 days. Dude, my last channel had 8 strikes.
wow.
Before and the only reason I lost the channel was I didn't lose the channel is because I was a paid subscriber. But now I can't watch videos with commercials. I can't do commercials, especially on YouTube. So I tried to sign up for the no commercial thing again, and they're charging me for it, but they won't enact it. Now I can't even get the service, even though I'm paying for it.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't think it's weird. I think that they're not letting me get the service so they could take me out in 3 strikes instead of having them wait for 8 or 9. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Because
yeah,
how many people are paying for YouTube? Almost nobody in the world, probably. Like you could probably count. There's probably less people paying for YouTube service than live in my town worldwide, or at least in America, because people don't care. You know, I don't have any use for YouTube unless I can listen to it in the background, and I don't have to touch it every 40 seconds because there's a commercial. But nobody's willing to pay $16 to get rid of that problem. I sure the hell am, because that is what, 50 cents a day? Yeah. I'm okay with that. 50 cents a day to not have to hit the button on the phone that many times. And to be honest with you, I'm an abuser of YouTube. Like, I overuse it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I try not to get on too much and what have you. I know my wife. And
podcasts are my only other drug. You know, like when people quit drinking, they start smoking. That kind of thing. You go to an AA meeting and the place is full of smoke. I grew up in AA meetings, so that's I'm quite the expert, which is why I never drank, because I heard all the horror stories before I was 8 years old.
Oh, yeah.
So I was able to bypass that. I would go to parties. They call me iced tea before there was a rapper iced tea, not because I rapped, but because I always had a 6-pack of Lipton iced tea at parties.
That's pretty cool.
And then I'd be the guy who go talk to the cops when they show up. I'd be like, no, we're not drinking. And I'd look like the guy who would most likely be the most drunk of everybody. So, but I'm the guy that goes up to the cop and says, no, dude, we're just hanging out, listening to some music. You want to come back there? Go ahead.
All right.
That's a crappy job, being a cop.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Especially in today's world. A bunch of cops today said, ooh, the dryer's not running. That might be good, or I forgot to turn it on. It was the cops in DC that have to protect the caged area, said that if they don't get support, they're all walking off the job.
Oh, yeah. That's big.
Did somebody get hurt again? I've heard maybe. Yeah, I don't. It's hard to tell, but there was a second person that attacked the Capitol. These people got to smarten up. I'm not going to get into it, but you don't go trying to hit a, that's, if you're going to be useful, that's not useful. Ramming a gate.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's just destruction. What do? You broke a gate and then you went to prison forever for breaking a gate. Hey, come on, smarten up, dude. If you know you're going to prison forever, do something good.
Yeah, just deliberately just trying to hurt somebody. That's just it itself is bad.
It's not going to bring any goodness in the world, and it's only going to complicate everything that's going on. Yeah. Like I said before, the worst thing that can ever happen to this country is the world's most awful president that we have gets hurt. There's nothing worse that can happen.
Yeah.
Because what comes after it. So, I protect that guy with my life for his 4 years and let him, because the destruction he does in 2 months ain't going to compare to what his follower, the person behind him, is going to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm pretty tied up in this until it's over. Unfortunately, I don't mentally have a way out of this mess because, like you, I have offspring that I do not intend to be enslaved as adults or children. And I don't know. I hope people come to figure out that they're better off not alive than being alive and not having the freedom God gave them.
Yeah, most definitely.
And they say that it's happening, but then I say, so what? They don't care. They're not even hiding anything. I guess I don't even want to get into that, but the worst possible thing that can happen to a child, I guess, happened last night, late yesterday, or today in Texas. In one of the tents. By adults.
On that. Oh, man.
Yeah. So, and is that going to end up on NBC News tonight? No. Will anybody ever hear about it? No. You know what I did that was real fun? When I did wake up, and the reason why I was late for work, probably most likely, is because I was listening to that new guy. Well, he's not new, but he's doing, how Monkey Works is doing all the airplanes and following everything that's military or presidentially related. And then he goes to, I don't know if you're even watching him, then he covers Guantanamo Bay. We look at every flight that came in and out of Guantanamo Bay for the whole week. Basically, he does a show. He records the show at 10:30 on Tuesdays and Fridays, and he's got it up by noon Central Time, Tuesdays and Fridays. The guy's name is Monkey Works. Well, the dude that I was hanging with last night, his channel is called This Is Reality 365. And he's doing the same thing, but he's doing it with radar on boats on the ground. And you click on the boat or you click on the plane, and you can tell what plane it is. For instance, Air Force One always is coded, for the history of Air Force One, it's always been coded as AF1. And you can't get near it. And they don't hide the code because it is the president. So every single tower everywhere is going to know by clicking on it, oh, that's Air Force One.
Yeah.
That hasn't been on the board since the beginning of January. AF1 has not showed up. It always shows up as not hackable.
Oh.
Air Force 2, however, is always marked as Air Force 2.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Why would they have that protection for Air Force 2 and not be giving it to Air Force 1? Regardless, this guy Monkey Works, that's what he does. So all of this crazy stories that you hear coming out of the Suez Canal, there's this guy, I told him he needs to change his name to Dolphin Works because even 107 is watching Monkey Works. Right. And 107 talks about Monkey Works. So 107 is definitely, if he even found him yet, watching this other guy. This is Reality 365. And this guy, so we were in there, and there was a nice 100 people in there. Actually, when I woke up, I think there was 3 or 4. And it turns out the guy watches my channel and was talking about my videos. And I probably got an extra 50 subscribers out of just hanging there. People hearing stories, the guy's telling about some of the stuff I'm posting. I came down here for Something on the dryer. Damn. So I would highly recommend if you kind of want to know. So the nice thing is that he was able to dispel the rumor that Russia had a ship on one side of the canal and the USA had ships on the other side of the canal. Half of that's true. The USA was on the south side of the canal, but then he had France and England and everything. But I asked him this morning straight out, and he said, no, I've been looking for it. And that rumor is not true unless Russia has a way of hiding it. But
Right. I've been hearing Russia Arctic under the ice and shooting their torpedoes to break through the ice. That way they can come up faster. That way they can let off their ballistic missiles.
out of what ice?
The Arctic.
They've got missiles in the Arctic?
No, they're subs. The
submarines. Oh. Okay, because everybody's racing to the Arctic right now. And that is what the rumors were 60, 70, 80 years ago, is that's where everybody from Germany was to the Arctic. And that could have been, they were already at the Arctic and they had a science lab down there because everything leads back to the Arctic and nobody's allowed in the Arctic. You cannot go to the Arctic. It's protected by every military.
Hello, JP. Welcome. JP
Welcome.
Says, hey, Red. I just finished your live stream from earlier. Got a notification for Ark of Grace. Amanda, when I clicked on it.
Oh, speaking of earlier, we had a prayer earlier. We were hoping for some kind of sign that God is working on this.
Yeah.
And what's her name? Beach. One of the Intel people posted General Flynn getting asked straight out. Is the United States still a corporation or are we a republic? And the general answered, I want to say it verbatim, we are a democratic republic or something like that. He said he answered the question very smartly because he padded words on both sides of it.
Right.
So he confirmed that we are no longer under the second Constitution of the United States. That we've reverted back to the first one of the United States, which is my second argument besides no taxation without representation, that this is a tax-free year. So what I'm doing, if I owe 10 cents to Uncle Sam, is I'm sending him $1. And we'll just leave it at that. And then he'll send me back a bill in a couple of months, and then I'll send him $50, and then he'll send me back a thing and say, do you want to make a payment plan? Then I'll make a payment plan. And then about 6 months into the payment plan, I'll fade off. And I'll probably end up owing, even if I owe, it's probably going to be like $200-300. I'm still paying $5. I'm not giving them their fucking money. They can have as much money as they want going outbound, and they're going to have none coming in from me because I was not represented last year.
All right. I was wondering about that from like when Trump went to England, and then of him getting that turned over back to the first Constitution.
Wait, say that last part again. It broke up.
Now I figured that when Trump went over to England, along with the Queen, I think that was when he got it back turned to the first Constitution.
Oh.
Which I'm hoping that he did.
I know he did. I don't know if it happened then. And if it didn't happen then, it was probably on the plan because I was super green and ignorant about everything at that point. I was not paying attention to anything. And when he did that, I'm like, wow, that guy's such a hillbilly. That was the first thing I thought. I was like, dude, I don't know that that's the rules, but you're freaking, one of the richest guys in America. You should know the rules. And evidently he does know the rules, and that was done on purpose to tell her that she is not the head. There's a certain reason why he doesn't have to walk next to her. He's supposed to walk one step behind her. He could be standing next to her, but he can't be equal footed with her. So that's why he zoomed ahead of her and put his hand on her back, which is a big no-no. That's like touching, like that's what you do to a child. That's like a put down to the lizard people.
And since then, we really haven't been hearing nothing much about her.
She has dropped off the map. And here's the interesting thing. When Michael Jackson got accused of everything, I don't know what he did or didn't do. But I will tell you one thing he did. He did the same thing that most people would do if they were accused of doing something they didn't do, and that is come out and say, I didn't do what they said I did.
Right.
Hillary Clinton did that once before the selection that she was applying for that job many years, 5 or 6 years ago. She did it then very unconvincingly. It was very, very bad. She was not good at it, but no one else has ever done. No one else since then, since it's gotten bigger, there's more information. You don't hear Jim Carrey coming out and saying, I didn't do anything. You don't hear Stephen Colbert, who I spent about 2 hours today going through every single one of his videos saying, hey, if you want to see Stephen Colbert do really bad things to an 8-year-old boy and, go to Yahoo and look up Frazzle Drip Colbert. And I just put that in every video because I'm going to just take every single fan that reads that and make them see what he did on Epstein's Island. And Epstein is the cameraman. I've seen what he's done. And it's not good. And his favorite toy is a pitchfork with the middle spear missing except for 2 or 3 inches of it. And he uses that on people's necks. And those people are not people. They're too young to be people and too old to be babies. Right. And I've seen him do it to 2 people. And then what he does is, I don't want to go too far, but he does exactly what you're doing to that wood box right now.
Oh, yeah. Up closeness.
That video is available. All of it's available. Anything they say is real that you think is fake. It will never be on Google. As a matter of fact, James Wood evidently got taken down for saying something patriotic by quoting Emerson. And this was like a year or 2 ago. And Twitter said, we're freezing your account until you take down that post. And James Wood is like, he said, I'm an American. If I can't use my First Amendment here, then I don't need to be here. The problem with all these supposed patriots, and I don't, I'm always the guy that's sitting in Sal's chat yelling at everybody because they're too freaking lazy to give the guy a thumbs up. And people hate me because I'm like a Nazi about it. Because there's 100 people in there and he can't get 25 thumbs up. It doesn't help Sal. It helps Silver. It pushes that video in front of new people that are going to buy silver and raise the value of your silver. Now, the Perth Mint today got called on a order. The Perth Mint Kitco also. Kitco holds silver for people. You could buy your silver from Kitco, I guess. I never dealt with them, don't have their app, and they'll hold your silver. Somebody went to retrieve a huge amount of silver, and Kitco couldn't cover it. They didn't have it in the vaults. The guy said that the customer service representative told him to their face. Now, the Perth Mint has people supposedly lined up around the building trying to get their silver and their gold because they heard the rumor that Perth Mint doesn't have anything. And evidently, they stopped shipping a week or 2 ago. Now, I sent this to IndieXP, the first round of the Perth Mint stuff, and he shot down. I was like, dude, they never got that, dude. No, it's nothing. It's like, no, if you're going to Kitco and you're paying Kitco to hold your silver for you, and you go to pick up your physical silver, and they say it's going to take a year to deliver your silver, when it should be 20, 30 feet away from where you're standing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like defaulting on the IRA.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, oh, and the lady at the Perth Mint said that, of course, the silver market is manipulated. So that was part of the thing that came back. So the Perth Mint and Kitco are having a lot of problems right now. They can't cover what they have sold.
Right.
And that just leads me to believe that my 25-cent quarter that I paid $5 for is going to be worth $10 in no time. It's not going to be because of the market.
Yes.
It's not because, it's going to be because the shit hit the fan. And it might be $15. It might be $20. I might be able to do a lot of shopping on one pre-1964 silver quarter. I guess we'll find out. But that's why I went to go stock up on dimes, and then I was too lazy to count out all the dimes. It was like I had to count out. I was going to spend $200, and they're like $1.88 or $2 somewhere in there from the guy. And I was like, oh, I don't want to count to 100. I'm just going to take quarters. I should have got the damn dimes. Because then I can get bread and eggs and cheese.
I plan on waiting just a little bit. I'm waiting for it to drop down if it will. And
if it will,
hopefully.
right.
Hopefully.
But if it does, but you know what? We came, man, I don't know exactly when you started. I know when you showed up and you started a channel, and I know when you were in my chats. So I don't know how long you were doing this before you showed yourself to us. But I almost the entire time I start from the time I started buying silver to the last time it passed $17, I was paying between 13, 15, and $17 for the stuff.
Yeah,
I came at the low.
I was hearing that people were, and I was like, man, why didn't I get started then?
Okay, I didn't know if you were before or after that little period of time, but I was stacking like a mo then. I really beat the market just on the $17 price. So if I pay $200 for a roll of quarters opposed to 175 delivered, and I think you said it's like 2.25 off the internet. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I mean, $200
$2.25 and $2.50. It all depends if you got the coal or if you got BU.
Okay, and I don't care about
uncirculated.
BU. Yeah, screw that. Who cares? I'll tell you what. I don't think, although the roll I did get is probably 2 quarters short. I think when the shit hits the fan and I'm going to buy some bread or some cheese or some milk or something off a farmer or something like that, he's not going to care. He's not going to probably even notice the first year he's taking silver coins that it matters.
Because he'll just pass it on.
Right. He'll end up it's a Washington quarter. I know it's not counterfeit. It's not an American Silver Eagle. That's probably counterfeit. That's why I don't buy them anymore, dude. Everybody's so hot on Silver Eagles. It's like, douche. I'll tell you what. I'm not selling anything when it SH the F. There's no way. I don't care. You're not getting any copper off of me, any copper wire. There's nothing you can give me for one of those things, because I'm gonna have a hard time getting rid of it, whether it's fake or not, because there's too many fakes.
So, guys, going back to what we are doing here, guys, I am woodburning my treasure box. And we got Andy and Gibby. And I was checking to see if my thing was still hot. Looks like I'm touching it, but I'm not.
Oh, it's hot.
It is really hot. It's really hot, guys. Don't.
You're hot tonight. You're hot tonight, Gibby. Yeah, you're hot tonight. You're hotter than that iron, that pen thing. Let me see it. I missed it. I didn't have screen for a while because I had low battery. No, I mean the box. Did you burn in the box yet?
No, I have not. We got The way I started talking, I'm getting to
Okay.
doing it right now.
Okay. I'll be quiet.
Oh, you can go ahead and talk. You're
Okay.
I just
I be
gotta make
telling
sure.
my kid like, shh, don't bump me.
Yeah,
Don't make Gibby laugh when he's using the
for
pen.
when the kids come in and but it is easy when it's hot.
Damn, that's
It
cool.
just goes right on
Wow. It's so cool that design made it that far. I love creating stuff and I love watching people create stuff.
It's awesome. I don't do this very often, except for when I do
How many years you been doing this, dude?
I've been doing it for a while. I've been playing with it with me and a wife. We done signs. We're doing like the verses of the Bible on
Oh,
signs.
that's awesome.
And I wish I would have just took them to a craft show and got them sewed.
I had some pretty nice moments this week uh with my ex-wife. Like just not reconciliation, but not like romantic reconciliation, but like just the regular kind, that needs to happen after a divorce or doesn't hardly ever happen after a divorce. And
Yeah, you see guys right here. What's happening is wood grain can blow you off just a little bit. And snag those little corners.
so I took my daughter to one of the big malls, and we her mom's going through some struggles where she had to be uh on her own for a few weeks, and we went and got a beautiful Bible, and it wasn't NIV, but it was one of the ones that are about easy to. It might have been ESP version, one of the easier to read versions. And my daughter wrote a beautiful little thing. She wrote on her own. She thought of it, and it couldn't have been better because her mom is very aggressive. Was very aggressive when it came to Christianity and talking about it and what are we going to do with the kid? Should we baptize her? Yada yada, all that stuff. And I wasn't even a Christian when we were talking about baptizing. I was married to a. So my daughter wrote in the beginning on the first page, "He is real, love and her name."
Awesome.
Yeah, the response that
That's
I
awesome.
got when my practice wife, that's what I call her, and I'm her husband, not husband, not ex-husband, just husband. It's
Yeah.
nicer. I told her that one. I stole that from like one of those old actresses from the Johnny Carson days. And so the interaction was um definitely had the scent of Christ in it. You know what I mean? Like he was there and he did some work.
Awesome.
So yeah, it was a big victory for us as a family. The three of us
Most,
together as a family.
most definitely.
Even though we're not married anymore, we're still. That's just the way it is. A family is a family,
Yeah.
whether they live together
Family
or
is
hate each
family.
other. Yeah, you can't do nothing about it. So there was a big victory for the family. I think the victory really goes to my daughter. I would never
Yeah.
date my ex-wife again. I could see that also being my child's biggest fear
Mm.
because because shizzle will get serious. Whatever you're getting away with now ain't gonna happen if you got both of us in the same location 24/7. But Yeah, so I am proud that was something that I've been working hard on. And if anybody's going through that, and I know a couple people have come forward and told me that they are, so I'm going to say this before I go, is that the way you change the other person is changing yourself, but you can only change yourself from the inside out.
Right.
That has to start at your core. And people aren't going to see it for a while because it's got to still grow. But when it came down to it, humility was a drug. I was addicted to it. Every time I told somebody I was wrong when they accused me of something, I got high off of it because they stopped being mad. They were coming at me at 100 miles an hour, and I stopped them dead in their tracks by just being honest. Just like somebody uh, on my channel, on my other channel, said something, called me out on something. I go, "You're right. I'm going to work on that." And then I had one thumbs down disappear. I'm going to let you get back to work, dude. Nature's calling, and it's not going to
Uh,
sound pretty.
Ace, Randall. Yeah, I use like a little stencil. I did from off of a tracing pad. Did a pencil on both sides to transfer it to the box. So that's pretty cool. And but after a while, on your tip of you doing that burning on there, you come back along with your stand. You can like go up underneath there and just kind of scrape it, and that'll clean it off for you. Get all that burntness off there, and then you just let it heat up a little bit more. So I got to touch up on this here a little bit more. Like I said, the wood grain. See, there's a little bit of that jagginess. Yeah, that wood grain can play a big part on that if you're not too careful. So get red here in just a minute. But I hope everyone's doing all right. So, well, maybe I can tell you guys something a little bit funny that happened here today. So this morning, me and the wife, we go eat at Denny's, get done eating, and then my belly is plumb full. We get over there to Walmart, and man, we walked around, and next thing you know, my belly started cramping really bad. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to end up going to the men's room, and it just started cramping. And then we went down this one aisle, and then I don't know what it was. I just let it rip. Good thing is, I did not make a mess on myself. Uh, Whew, it had a stinker that came out. My wife was like, "Can't take you nowhere." So it was all good and funny. That was our highlight of today. Thanks, JP and Ace. Thank you. I like doing this here when I get a chance to. My camera's kind of messing with me a little bit. I should really focus on it. Let's see if I can get it. Make sure I'm not messing it up. Are you still here, Red? Or did you actually really leave? You're still here? Glad you came on. And I was going metal detecting today, and I did not make it because we did our breakfast dinner this morning. So maybe I can slip out and do it tomorrow, hopefully. Come home and get some sleep before I go to work. Yeah, at times you can really smell the wood burning when you do this, for sure. It's not a bad smell, but it is if you're really up close to it and get that big old whiff of it. If you have really good wood grain and that won't mess you up, you're good then. Sometimes you can't help it. So I have to touch it up just a little bit more. We got red. Let's continue on the other side. That's right here. That's for NDXP bullion. Clean off my thing here real quick. Try to get it to heat up a little bit more before I start on that. But yeah, for the ones that really don't know me, uh, started when I first saw Clash Guitars doing his pay dirt, this cornwall hunts, and then so I got started on the channel with that. But before that, I got into treasure hunting and saw that guy from New Mexico hit a treasure box. It was over $1,000,000, and I was force spin. And I got linked up to another guy who lives in my hometown, or just on the outskirts of my hometown. And we started talking and a little bit more and stuff. And he decided he around in our county that he would put on little small treasure hunts. That's really pretty cool. So I got started into that, and that's my plan on doing here in my now town and county. I'm going to put on some treasure hunts, get people out of the house and families and kids, so that way they can uh, spend time with their families, you know. So dealing with all stuff, staying at home, not do nothing, or everybody else too caught. So this other one here now. That's pretty cool. That's one of the things I really want to do. Yeah, I got some pay dirt. I'm going to be doing another video on some pay dirt I'm going to be doing. Spider Ace prospecting. We'll see what we get out of that. I hope everybody's been had a good day today. Yeah, this is just another little hobby that I do here. Just have something to do. I like to have your minds in a clutter and what have you. Find yourself a hobby to get your mind off things. Really helps out a lot. So who here collects silver? Ready to go? Do you guys got any? Oh yeah, they're in Florida. Uh, right on. I got an aunt lives in Jacksonville. So yeah, I hear the beaches are pretty good. Is that what you go? You go on to the beaches? There's Indy. Right on. Gibby. Red. Let's see here. Don't know what else I'm really going to be doing on the front here. I may do my other logo on it. Near Lakeland. Yes, East Coast and West Coast. Right on. JP just learning. Yeah, I'm still fairly learning up on the gold and silver myself. As you keep going on and you go on to the other channels of the gold and silvers, I mean, you'll learn a lot more just as I am. And one thing is you got to make sure you have a budget. You don't want to go over your budget because otherwise you can hurt yourself if you don't do a budget. So I don't have a big stack of silver or a big stack of gold. It's pretty nice, pretty fun to getting into though. I mean, get to see all the cool things and everything. So there's the three items I wanted to put on here. So that's pretty cool. And so, but yeah, I'm gonna be on metal detecting. I guess I'll do that tomorrow when I get a chance. Yeah, I haven't gotten into knowing melting it yet myself. Yeah, when I get time enough to do that and get the equipment, I can't buy the equipment all at once. So like I said, on a budget, that where you can get that equipment. And for me, what would be hard is trial and error if you are collecting gold as it is, or unless you get gold shots or you get silver shots. I mean, man, that'd be hard because you gotta put in the flux and all that and get the right amount. Hmm. Hey, Angela, how you doing? Yeah, once I am able to get the stuff, I'm gonna start doing the pours. I think I'll invest into that. I got some pretty good ideas on some pourings I would like to do, and most definitely. So this is pretty much what the inside the boxes look like, and they got a little coin hole there. Put it in. I don't currently have any of the locks out here to show you what the locks I put on there. I can grab other box here that I got. Yeah. So here's what my original boxes look like. It's got the Gibby's Treasures, Northwest, East, South, treasure thing there. And then that's the kind of logo thing that I put on them. It's cool on both sides. I had nothing on the back. And they kind of hold pretty much on there. Got some copper rounds in here. Pretty cool. This one right here has got Trump and the guy from North Korea on that. Got the eagle. 1945, Liberty, S Mint, 90% silver, and standing Washington quarter, standing quarter date it is, 1926. Pretty cool. And this right here is a 2000 Broad Strike Lincoln Cent error. I can't see the error in it. Somewhere there. We've got the Buffalo round there. Nice. 1 ounce silver. 395. And I don't know what this Jefferson quarter is. And got several Buffalo nickels. Some with dates and not with dates. And the barber quarters are pretty slick. And 4 of the Alcambi silver. Those little video thingies. That's what I got in there so far. This was from I did a little treasure hunt, and I was along with the guy I was talking about in my hometown. And I did it on his Facebook page, and some found it. No, they found a key that I hid. Took them a while, but found it. He brought me the key and what have you, and I handed him his treasure box and took it home with him. And then I don't know what it was. He brought it all back. He's like, "Here, why don't you just rehide it? Rehide the thing and do it all over again." It's like, "Are you sure you want to do that?" It's like, "Yeah." So I gotta get started. Gotta do that. Do another one. I like doing a bigger treasure hunt. That way I can get a lot of people involved. For this treasure box here, this is one of those bigger ones. Zoom this out a little bit here for you guys. Pretty big size treasure box. Quite a bit. Nice cool design. Handles. And I think yesterday live stream I mentioned that I got a PO box set up now, so you guys can go to my about page and find my PO box address. We can go from there. I also mentioned that did another type of giveaway if anybody is interested in it. I'll have to wait just a little for post that. Um, Post that out and see what everybody thinks of people send in an ounce of silver round, or the junk silver, an ounce of junk silver, and you can end up, and all depends on whatever's collected in, of however is split. So that way it's just not one person winning the silver. It all depends on how much silver is collected. I think I was going to do that like for time limit for 2 months for it all to come in, and then through drawing, however many people will win a certain amount of silver back. But it will be offered to the ones that puts into it. And I was thinking the same, doing that with gold also. I thought about staying in the boxes. Yeah, I did. I thought about staying in the boxes. I want to make sure I get the right stain for it. I don't want them to be too dark, and I don't want them to be too light either. But, but yeah, definitely I stain the boxes. So pretty much that was it. There's it, you guys. Glad you guys came and joined in. Got the redhead stacker on there. Got the Gibby for the Gibby 400 and NDXP on there, his logo. So stay tuned for when we get everything ready for that, which is the Gibby 400. So I'm just waiting on a couple things and a couple people. That way we can get it going. So anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed the stream. Thank you guys for coming in. And but I am going to get off of here, go check in, see what's going on in the household. And so, till next time, have a golden day, everyone.